Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Gothalion, and welcome back to Destiny. Bungie dropped the hammer, huh? Took out that loot cave, that dark hole people sat and shot bullets into for 6 hours. I'm not hating on it. I didn't use it. It's not for me. That sort of gameplay was not for me. That's not what I play looter shooters for, is to sit still and shoot into the same location for hours. That's not for me. I did not enjoy it. I did it for an hour or two. Did not like it. Other players, though, they did seem to like it, and I'm not going to hate on that. If you like something, you like something. And I'm not going to hate on you for enjoying something because I'm not a vicious piece of garbage. Anybody who hates on something because somebody else enjoys it needs to reevaluate their situation. Okay? We'll just say that. Anyways, so a patch came out yesterday that addressed a few things that Bungie was not happy with inside their game. To go back on my point on not hating on something other people enjoy, that is not something that I really coordinate with Bungie changing things inside their game. This is their game. They have a certain vision for what they want the meta of the game to be, and they do not want that meta to be shooting into a hole with enemies in it. Again, didn't bother me. I didn't give a shit. I would run through the Skywatch and see 10 people sitting there shooting in the hole, and I'd think, man, I wonder what they're getting. Not for me, did not enjoy it. In all honesty, I found more legendary engrams in an hour of patrolling and doing strikes than I ever did finding in the loot hole. So let's address other things that Bungie talked about in dev notes, because they had a separate dev notes that was not, for some reason, attached to the patch notes. Upcoming changes they're looking at is increasing the frequency of engrams. They're also looking into altering the way that the Cryptarch works to alter the rates at which he decrypts things. So, will the Cryptarch still be a salty son of a bitch, or will we see more legendary and more exotic weapons from him? Not sure. But we do know one thing, the loot cave has been changed. The spawns have gone from 6 seconds to 40 seconds. And I can tell you, I've gone to that damn loot cave since, and people are still fucking shooting into that hole. Because that's the game they want to play. They want to play Tara Reid Simulator and shoot into a hole for a few hours. I'm not into that. If they're into that, fucking cool. I don't care. But you guys need to consider this. While you're shooting into said hole, you're not getting things like Vanguard Rep, Vanguard Marks, Crucible Rep, or Crucible Marks. And when this game moves on beyond the vanilla stage, the 1.0 stage, the non-expansion pack stage, those reputations are more than likely going to become a very important part of the game. And leveling up your Vanguard, leveling up your Crucible, your future War Cult, your new Monarchy, your Dead Orbit is going to be increasingly important as we go along. You get nothing for shooting in that hole. You might get a little bit of Cryptarch rep from your blue engrams and your purple engrams that probably became blues. I digress. There is a lot more to be gained by playing the game that Bungie quote-unquote intended. Quote-unquote intended. I feel like Bungie could have tested this better in order for it to not be an issue now. I didn't use the loot cave. Do I feel like it needed to be fixed? No. Because down the line, those gains from that loot cave may not have been that significant. If people wanted to log in, at the end of the day, this is the other side of the coin. If people only had 2 hours at the end of the night, and they wanted to spend that time shooting into a hole in the wall, then they should have been able to. I don't use it. I don't think it's a good way to play the game, but at the same time, I don't believe that that was the best choice for them to make. Knowing damn well that down the line, the reps are going to be very important, these people would have ended up being behind. But this is the kind of shit that gives them their jollies. This is the kind of shit they enjoy. I do not know if this was the best choice. I'm very torn. On one side of the coin, I'm a very hardcore gamer. On the other side of the coin, I fucking hear what the community's saying. And I am the type of person, I will never hate on someone when they love something. when they get enjoyment out of something, even if I don't understand why they enjoy that something, I will not hate on it, because that is petty, that is small, and that's not how people act. When you like something, you like something. And if people hate on you for liking something, that's their problem. That's not your problem. But at the end of the day, this is Bungie's game, and they made the choice they did. I still love the game. Hopefully, the people that like shooting into a hole end up like shooting something else. Hopefully, they take part in strikes, which we're gonna take a look at next. Inside of their dev notes, they also made note that they did not feel that like there was enough reward, enough celebration from completing strikes. They also felt like the end bosses in strikes had too much health. They said that. They feel like the strikes take too long to get through. They also said that the frequency of engrams dropping inside of normal gameplay felt a little low, in some words. From what I read inside these dev notes, they're looking to change the frequency of engram drops and also make the celebration you feel from completing a boss fight, from completing a strike, more worthwhile. These are things I wish they had thought of before launch. This is a looter shooter, not the first looter shooter. They had to have known that people like being rewarded for shit. I like feeling rewarded. I like feeling what I do is worthwhile. Does everyone have the same amount of time to pour in this game as I do? Fuck no, they don't. Fuck no, they don't. I'm aware of that. I'm a hardcore player, but I'm not the kind of hardcore player that's gonna shit on you because you don't have the same amount of time I had to play. Period. Is it good on Bungie that they're looking to increase engram frequency? Fucking awesome. Is it good on Bungie that they want to make you feel more rewarded for completing strikes, making these strikes just a little bit faster to get through? Fucking awesome, Bungie. Is it good on Bungie that these facts were not thought of within the fucking 5-year development cycle of this game, this multi-million-dollar game, this multi-million selling game? Fuck no. They should have thought about this shit. They are going to upset people with some changes they've made before they make people happy with the fixes they're making to undo what they should have thought of beforehand. These are changes that as a player, I could have suggested before playing the game. These are things that I feel like Bungie should have seen beforehand. They are smart fucking developers. Easily very intelligent. Why they didn't think that, oh, maybe someone will want to be rewarded for completing a strike that takes 20 minutes. Oh, maybe we should increase the engram drop rate, considering the Cryptarch is kind of an asshole. People like seeing loot drop. People love seeing loot drop in a looter shooter. In a loot-driven game, seeing loot drop is very important. The Cryptarch is evidently getting some sort of edit to him. Not sure what, but they have become aware that the Cryptarch is a motherfucker filled with salt. That bastard needs to get beat up after work every night. I swear to God, if I see him on the street, I'm gonna punch him in his dick. Either way, Bungie intends to make right on the issues that they've created themselves, so that's good. How does that affect the current player base? I hope not too negatively. But the fact that these changes were not immediately attached to patch notes is bad. Furthermore, there's a new change to when you have a hard wipe inside of instances. Whenever you succumb to the darkness, you get a debuff on your character that is not viewable. There's no visible how long it lasts, no duration. It does have a duration. They are not disclosing it. What this debuff does is it reduces the frequency of engrams. This is put there to make people not want to do hallways and kill themselves, do hallways and kill themselves. This affects things like the moon mission and the Shrine of Chronolix or whatever, Oryx or whatever, I don't fucking know. It's to stop people from chain farming and chain dying. They want people to beat the missions, beat the strikes, get the rewards. But unfortunately, the changes that they're making to make rewards more rewarding are not in yet. The only thing that is active is the thing that is disciplinary. And I don't think that was the best course of action. Would it have fucking hurt the game a little bit to wait a week or two until they buff drop rates, until they buff the fanfare for completing things? No, it would not have hurt too much. I don't think those 2 weeks would have been vastly detrimental to the game. I am trying to look at this from both sides of the coin. While I am glad that they're making these choices for the longevity of game, while I am glad that they are making these choices to make rewarding experiences feel rewarding, I am fucking upset that they have taken shit away from people before they give the cake. It's like, all right, I'm gonna take your pie. Fuck you. You can have cake in a week. What? I want my cake right now. I was enjoying that pie. Fuck you, bro. No. That's not okay. That's not a good way to do things. I understand why they are doing it. And I hope you guys understand why they are doing these things. It is for the longevity of the game. It's for their vision of the game. But if they're going to make change A without change B ready to go into place, because these changes go hand in hand, it's not fucking all right. They need to think about that. That being said, I fucking love this game. I cannot get enough of it, regardless of the changes they've made. It is grindy, and I love it. But you know what else is grindy? Fucking Borderlands. It's all grindy. That's another video, though. I will talk to you about that later, so don't get high and mighty, Borderlands players. Go farm a cobra! Fuck! Tell me it's not grindy. The last thing we're going to talk about is the change to the Queen's Wrath, where we no longer get Ascendant shards from dismantling the pieces of gear. How did they not fucking think of this? First off, I agree. You got way too many Ascendant shards. Very easy. That shit was a mistake. You could get from light level 1 or light level 20 to light level 29 in a day, which I did on my Titan. A day. That's too fast. That's removing a lot of the game. There was way too many Ascendant shards. I agree with that. That is my opinion. On the other side of the coin, now you are fucked. There is no reason to do that mission. Here is my opinion. Queen's Wrath gear should have yielded slightly less light than Vanguard, Crucible, Future War Cult, Dead Orbit, and New Monarchy gear. Slightly less. Maybe capping you out at level 25. Slightly less. And when you dismantle it, it should give you 1 Ascendant shard. Just 1. The gear that you get from Queen's Wrath is so easy to get. So easy. They give you free legendaries. They give you legendaries. You could get the helm and the chest this week within 2 hours of playing. To get the helm and the chest in Vanguard, that takes nearly 2 weeks. They should not have the same amount of light and comparable stats to the Vanguard and other reps. They just should not. It does not make sense. It is easier to get. Therefore, the reward should be slightly less. Also, you should get slightly less Ascendant shards. Not none! You get shit now for doing that. I don't even want to do those quests anymore. You should get 1 fucking shard. 1 shard, not 2, not 3, because I was getting 2 and 3 from it. You should get just 1 shard, and the chest and helm should give you slightly less light. That's it. That's my opinion. That's how I feel about it, but they shouldn't fucking say, oh, hey, here's your fucking candy. You know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna take that candy. Here is a piece of broccoli instead. You want to eat that? No, I don't want to eat that. I want to spend a couple fucking hours enjoying doing my Queen's bounties, knowing that maybe, or not maybe, that definitely I will get at least a few shards from this. If you did all 6 of those, it would take you around 4 to 5 hours to do all 6, and you would get 6 guaranteed Ascendant shards if they would have approached that gear set intelligently. But instead, they gave it the same scaling as a set of gear that took weeks to get. weeks to get! If it takes weeks to fucking get a set of gear, it should be more rewarding than a set of gear that it takes hours to get. Hours! But at the same time, you should get comparable rewards. You should be able to dismantle that slightly weaker gear for slightly less shards. So it is still worthwhile to do. Why put out these events if they're not 100% worthwhile? I love this game, guys. I love it. Bungie is going through growing pains. But these are things that when it hit live, I was like, really? This is what we're getting. This is really easy. And everything I've experienced up until this week has been pretty fucking hardcore. And I did not even think they were going to reverse course because it felt like such an obvious thing. Like, oh shit, free legendaries? I have legendaries already. I'm dismantling these for shards. That is such a fucking obvious reaction. How did they not think of that? And I hope this all comes into play when they make future things for us to do, because I feel like they have a lot in the pipeline. Bungie, please think about what you're doing before you do it. With all that said, I am super excited for the rest of Destiny. I love this game. I really do. I have a lot of fun in it. And if you want to shit on my good time because I like Destiny and you might not like Destiny, you need to reevaluate what your priorities are. Does it really hurt you for me to like a different game other than Borderlands? I love Borderlands. I'm going to play the fuck out of the pre-sequel and cannot wait. I am giddy with excitement. I have already played it. I know how amazing it is. That being said, I can like a cheeseburger. I can like a chili dog. I'm allowed to like both of those things. If it's your prerogative to shit on something because you don't fucking like it, you need to reevaluate your shit. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of fucking people coming in and being like, this game is absolute garbage, and anybody who likes it is a piece of trash who fucks llamas. I don't fuck llamas. I like this game. Maybe you should fucking just, I don't know, appreciate the fact that people are having a good time. I'm having a good time. You know what I don't like? I don't like racing games. Do I go, anybody who plays racing games is racist? That's why they're called racing games. No, you know why? Because I appreciate the fact that other people like driving in circles for hours or driving in a straight fucking line for hours. I understand that people like weaving in and out of traffic. I understand that there are very difficult slide mechanics that I'm not fucking good at. I understand that some people like fucking drifting and drafting and drufting. That's not even a word, but I'm pretty sure you can do it. I understand that people like that shit, and I'm like, fucking right on, dude. Go have a good time with your racing game. I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna sit here and play Pokemon, Borderlands, and Destiny, because that's my bullshit. But I'm not gonna shit on your good time, because you know what? Frankly, I feel like I'm a good human being. Think about that shit when you want to piss in my Cheerios or anybody else's. I love Borderlands. I love Destiny. I love looting and shooting and rooting and tooting. Fucking stop it. Anyways, guys, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you back in Destiny.